Hi. I just want to say that the young people of Stoneman Douglas High School did such an excellent job at standing up for their right to be protected, their rights to liberty, life, and the pursuit of happiness, okay, against a society and against a system and against this big NRA. And you know, some of them met with the president, which was, you know, actually that was very nice of the president and the vice president to meet in such a way with our young people and with their parents and everything. And then there were some that were in Florida that sort of had a sort of like a town hall meeting kind of thing with Senator Rubio and the spokesperson for the NRA. And I have to say they did an excellent job. You guys did an excellent job. You are to be commended for what you're doing and how you're doing it. And, you know, it's a sad thing that our young people have to do this. You know, it shouldn't be happening. Okay, but it is. And, this thing it's not about guns, okay? It's about the use of an assault weapon, an assault, a weapon of war, okay? Why, why should anyone, why should just regular people have that? And, I saw the lady from the NRA, and, she said something about, oh no, it shouldn't be in the hands of crazy this and that people. Okay. And what sort of gets me is that, it has to be something across the board. I'm not sure how I'm trying to say this, get it out, but I'm trying, okay? And I just hope you can bear with me. But it's sort of like this. See, when it comes to mental health, mental challenges, mental illness, the truth is, okay, any one of us, okay, and then talk about crazy, okay, any one of us can become mentally ill at any second. Any one of us. Okay, so and from what I've heard, and I saw the young man, I saw the people that took him in, I saw them talking, and I saw a panel of people. In fact, I heard there was the young man that was in the Columbine, a survivor of the Columbine shooting. And, and then I hear this woman talking about crazy and the way she was doing that, I'm like, oh, please, come on. Okay, the truth of the matter is that any of us can become mentally ill within seconds. Okay, if there's something wrong, if there's something going on in the brain, any one of us can become mentally ill or sick at any given moment. Okay, so where a person is, and so that's why, see, with we want stricter regulation and all of that. I just want that to be understood, because if we want stricter guidelines or laws or stricter, oh, what do you call it? Stricter, I guess, regulation. Okay, we want to make sure that this goes across the board. Okay, don't try, because then that's incorrect. It's incorrect to say that there should be more oversight. That for the mentally ill, no one mentally ill should have that. Should be able to purchase a gun, and I understand that, and that's true. But the thing is, whatever we come up with, it has to be across the board. It has to be a criteria across the board, okay? Because whereas a person 1 week, they can be fine, and the next week they're not, okay? So we want to make that clear that, because things happen, and they can happen within seconds, okay? So we want to make sure that it's across the board. And, okay, people, they're fighting, this NRA, and, they're fighting, oh no, don't take away these AK-15s or whatever they are. And okay, I understand. I understand. It's sort of like when you get something that you really love. You love your AK-15. You love your assault weapon rifle, your weapon of war. I understand. It's sort of like, you have let's see, let's say people have their, I don't know, their favorite piece of cake, okay, and you don't want anyone to take your piece of cake. We understand that, but if your piece of cake is not good for you, or it's causing a problem, every time you cut on that piece of cake, okay, that might not be a good thing, a good analogy. But it seems, okay, it's just like, okay, I'll use something more whatever. Okay, let's say okay, with the Takata airbags. Okay, now there was like millions, however many, they were like almost in every car, I don't know, right? The Takata airbags. Now, you love your airbags, you're glad you have it. If you get into an accident, it's supposed to protect you and all of that good stuff, right? But what happened? They found that those Takata airbags were killing people. Okay, that when they on impact or whatever, they were killing people because of a defect. Okay, so what had to happen? Okay, they had to be recalled. Okay, and the people, okay, maybe they love their car, and maybe they didn't want to get another car, but the airbags it was causing people to die. Okay, and so what was it? I don't know. Was it about money? Because at first, I mean, they didn't do it right away, but after a while, hey, wait a minute. And I guess they were getting sued. Actions at law. which is what might have to happen here. But so it's sort of the same thing. You see that you have this product, and it's being used in the wrong way. It's being used to kill people. Okay. And so they had to recall the airbags because it was killing people. Okay. It's sort of like with the Tide Pods. For whatever reason, these, people wanted to, I guess there was some kind of Tide Pod challenge or something where they were eating them or biting them, whatever they were doing. And it was dangerous. Okay. So they have to make adjustments on that. And so with these weapons of war, assault, it's not a gun. This isn't a gun. We're not even taught. This isn't a gun that we're talking about. Okay. This is an assault, and this is an assault weapon, a weapon of war. Okay. So, this isn't even a gun. Okay. This is an assault weapon. Okay. Now, you don't get that name, okay, because you're a gun. Okay. You get that name because you're an assault weapon. You're an assault weapon. Okay. There is a difference. Okay. But I applaud the survivors, and I appreciate how they're coming together. And I was very concerned about one of the young men. I saw him telling his story and how how his friend died and how he turned 18 the next day, and how he's obviously has some post-traumatic stress disorder, and I just want to say that whatever you're going through, once you can understand it and accept that this is what you went through, and that's going to take time. What I'm telling you, I'm telling you something about a process because I've been there myself. But you're going to go through it, and but you're going to come out stronger, and you're going to be able to stand, and you're going to be proud. You might still be hurt, but it is something that you will get through. So, I just want everyone to, be okay. All right. And what I want to do, and, like right now, I don't even know if you guys are going to, see this video. You might not. But, so, I'm thinking, what can I do? I don't have any money to give you. Shout out to Mr. Clooney and his wife, and Oprah, and the other few people that have donated to the Never Again. I think that's really wonderful, and that's going to obviously help you guys. But so I thought, well, what can I do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you one of my books. Well, actually, this is my book. And this is the only book of mine that I have. But I'm going to order a book, and I'm going to send it to the school. I'm going to send it to your school. And I think that you might find that it will help you. Okay? And I also want parents to, to this evening I stopped into the school in my area. They were having, I guess they're going to be giving and I guess for the 10th grade curriculum, they're going to be showing them the children a video, and it talks about suicide. And it's called it's called More Than Sad. And it's being presented by the Sarah Michelle Peterson Foundation. And so I attended, and they showed us the video and what was in the video and everything. And I believe this is a good thing, because it will help. It will educate the community. Children will be more educated and understand more, because a lot of times, because our children are in school so much, maybe a friend, one of their friends or their classmates, may notice quicker, let's say, than the parent, because they're at school more. They, or the friends in school may notice something, which is, a good thing. So by them being educated on, let's say, suicide, or, the signs of depression, or where, someone, may be having a hard time, that would be a great thing, because then that person that is having a problem has an extra person that can help them or speak up for them where they can't. And actually, at the meeting, I admit I was a few minutes late. Not that late, but, maybe 5 minutes late or so, right? And I guess when I went, I thought that I thought it was going to be, crowded and packed. I thought there was going to, but when I got there, I looked around in the parking lot, and I almost thought I was in the wrong place, because there were hardly any people there. And so I just also want to take this time to urge parents to be more, make sure you're involved. Make sure, because, it may not be your child. It may be another child. It may be another child that you can help. I mean, it could be one of your kids' friends, and you say, oh, wait a minute, they don't, it's something, and but if you don't know, or recognize, or are awake to the possibilities of what children go through, you might miss it. So, because this is a community effort, okay? When everyone is involved in the community, that's how you build your community. That's how you do it, okay? And one thing, they talked about, if you notice something is wrong, and they were talking about how to bring up the subject or whatever. And so my suggestion, the way I see it is that, well, that's something, maybe my kids think, I'm like some type of nag, or, not that I'm really a nag, but that I maybe get on their nerves. Okay? Because, no, maybe they don't think that. They probably do. What? Okay, no. No, I probably do, get under their skin just a little bit. But, if you just talk to your child every day, hey, how's your day? What happened? Everything okay? Yeah, it's everything, how kids can be short sometimes too. Oh, but you know what? You just keep at it. Just keep, what? What would you learn at school? Ah, really? And you just keep asking them, well, how was lunch? You just do that, just think of something, anything. But and when you do that, see, then you can gauge, you know your kids, you know their reactions, and that sort of helps to open up and keep that communication. Keep that communication going, whether they like for you to ask them any questions or not. Okay, you just ask anyway. Ask away. I don't. If you don't want me to ask you any questions, oh well. Here's another question. Wait a minute, I forgot something. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. So we just, this is a hard time for our children as well. They're feeling the they, because they're seeing all this arguing and bickering and all of this stuff, and trust me, it affects them too, whether they tell you or not. So you just gotta keep on that positive, that positiveness is what I call it. Keep that flowing, you know So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you again sometime soon. But I wanted to let those young people know. I want you to all know that you did a wonderful job. You are doing great. And I want you to keep it up. You can do it. You can do it. Okay? But make sure you eat right. Okay, make sure you eat right. Okay, with all of this stress, make sure you eat right, because this is stressful. Okay, what you're doing is can be very stressful. Okay, so in order to offset that stress and all of that stuff that you have to think about with losing your friends and having to survive such a traumatic event, I want you to eat right. Okay, make sure you eat right. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Okay, because you want to keep your body hydrated as well. Okay, and make sure that the most important thing too as well, there's a lot of important things. Make sure you think positive. Think positive. Okay, that's also an important part of being able to strengthen yourself. Okay, be positive. Think positive. Put positive things. And even though this was a traumatic event and everything that you've gone through, but think positive. Even though the negative, just pull the positives out of the negatives. Because even though this is a very negative, very stressful, traumatic thing, there's some positive in there. And even if you can't see it right now, just do your best to be and think. Think. You're already doing something positive. You're doing a great job. What you're doing, that's you're being positive. You're doing that. But remember to think positive. Put positive thoughts. Okay? Deep breathe. Deep breathe. Okay? You might have to do some of that. You might want to, soak, and instead of taking a shower, you might want to relax in a nice hot tub, maybe with some, some salts to relax yourself. Okay, and all of this is part of taking care of yourself, okay? So, I'll talk to you again, all right? Sometimes I try to wink, but I can't. All right? And I guess maybe the next time what I'm going to talk about is the silliest thing you've ever done as a kid. Okay?